And please, can you also lay your hands on me? Because my name is Toyin Ma. In another 2 years, I want to grow and be like you.
So from Dr. Toyin
To MC Toyin. MC Toyin.
let that happen tonight.
Amen. I receive it. Thank you so much. Once again, can we give her a round of applause? Thank you so much, ma.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for your kind introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, it's such a pleasure. It's such a joy to be here. And I have this long speech, which I do not think I'll be reading tonight. One, because I see that we're here to enjoy ourselves on one hand. And on the other hand, I do see that there are people with great dreams in the room tonight. And they are looking forward to be actualizing and accomplishing the great dreams that they have in them. And so I think it's wise to speak from the heart. And it's not going to be a Q&A session because I know she said I'm a lecturer. It's just going to be speaking from my heart so that we can talk about this. It's such a joy and it's such a privilege, an honor to be here tonight. So thank you again, Miriam, for inviting me to meet with your group tonight and to meet with the audience. I do have a lot of people I know in the room tonight, and so a shout out to all of you, from Lisa herself and to the representative of the Honorable Smith. I see you there. Thank you again for coming. And for J.N. Ogboli, who we call our brother and a friend of our community. I'm not sure where you are. I bet you're busy organizing. So thank you again for inviting me and for connecting me to this group. I think for us, a lot of people talk about your net worth, you know, your network being your net worth. And I think it's instructive that we note that tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope I've observed all protocols. Do pardon me if I haven't, but good evening again, everyone. Now, your network is a total summation of who you are, your net worth. And I'm sure we've all heard that said at various times, various forums. What is important is that the ecosystem we belong to, the tribe we belong to, and I'm not talking about coming from Zambia or South Africa or Nigeria. I'm talking about your ecosystem of support. That exactly is what constitutes the summation of who we are and what we become in life. From some of the people we teach, so from some of the people we interact with on a daily basis, we see that at the end of the day, everybody's got a story and everybody's got a dream. And they're looking for how to actualize or accomplish or execute or implement whatever story, whatever dreams, whatever purpose that we've all been called to. But there is no accomplishing anything on our own because no man is an island. So at the end of the day, we're a total summation of the groups that we belong to, whether it's an ecosystem of support, whether it's an association, whether it's a group of people that we know, that we belong to, that we connect to. They bring us into the funding we're looking for. They bring us into the resources. They introduce us to the mentors we're looking for. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to connect with anyone sitting around us, wherever you are in the room, because sitting beside you are the solutions that we're all looking for. And so I've been asked tonight again, so to go back, to speak on the theme entrepreneurship, the myth, the challenges, and the realities, and the opportunities. So that's what I've been asked to speak on. But I said to myself, we've been talking about the challenges and the journey of entrepreneurship for quite some time. And so you find that the challenges are clear to all of us. But where are the solutions? And how can we connect with the solutions? So when you talk about entrepreneurship tonight, I know we have a lot of entrepreneurs in the room, and I'm sure we can get connected at some point. We talk about the challenges of lack of capital or inadequate capital. We talk about lack of resources. We talk about, you even have the dream, but there are no clients, nobody to buy from you. So how do you solve all of these problems? Because the challenges are very clear to us. It's just like somebody asking us, now I come from Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian by birth. I'm a Nigerian every step of the way. Of course, I'm in Canada, so I'm a Canadian also. It's just like somebody asking you what the challenges of Nigeria are, current day Nigeria today. I'm sure everyone in the room can nail that on the head, right? But what is important is how do we surmount these challenges? So tonight, I wanted to share with you maybe 3 or 4 steps, maybe a few things, so we can talk about that. In 2020, the government of Canada itself, the federal government, introduced a lot of resources and solutions. Some of the solutions are meant to alleviate in some way or to address some of the challenges that entrepreneurs have been faced with. So we talk about racism and all of the isms, ageism, sexism, sexisms, all kinds of issues that we have. Those things are real, all right? But they are being addressed through some of the resources that have been provided. And so we'll talk about some of those resources in a bit. What is important is that since 2020, now we're in 2023. 2023 is actually wrapping up, right? It's closing. But the fact on the table is that when you look at the statistics of the 197 million that has been released to the BIPOC community in general, less than 25% of that loan has been accessed by people of our ilk, people in our community, business owners. And so what are the issues and why are we not able to do that? I see that as a major challenge. And I see that as a challenge that we need to talk about tonight. Whether you're on your table talking to people within your groups, you need to talk about that. Because there's something about resources. Lack of resources, lack of resources, lack of resources. And then the resources released. So what are we doing about that? And I think it's one of the things that we should talk about. The other thing then is, in terms of challenges, mentorship. Do we have mentors? Because, one of the things people talk about, it looks like it's a desirable thing to have mentors. But what are you doing with your mentors, actually? What are you gaining from your mentors? The mentors are the people that are supposed to hold your hand so that you cross those bridges that they've already crossed. And so they become your bridge, and then they take you ahead so that the necessary connections and the intros that you require from time to time, they're able to make those things for you, and life becomes easier. The ditches they fell into, you are not expected to fall into those same ditches. But that's why they make good mentors, if you have very good ones. And so the lack of mentorship in our community, or the lack of trusted individuals that you can actually call your mentors, becomes an issue that needs to be surmounted. And this is one of the things that we need to keep talking about. How do you find your mentors? Where do you find your mentors? Or the question is, do you even have mentors? And I think that is needed. I highly recommend that you get one. The reason I say that clearly, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, is because when I got into Canada, 2011, trying to settle down, it was with the help of mentors that I navigated, the very terrible journey of entrepreneurship. Because I'm sure a lot of entrepreneurs in the room tonight will make bold to say they know what it means to not have earned the salary for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, because they're trying to build a business. But the journey of mentorship helps us. How does it help us? Sometimes it connects you to the capital you need. Sometimes it doesn't connect you to the capital you need, but it connects you to people who have access to the capital you require. And I just talked about one of them tonight. All right? So we need mentors. We need clients. So these are challenges. How do you get your clients? A lot of people talk about networking. So networking is good, and it's one of the solutions. But networking where? Networking with who? Have you done your homework? So that networking event that we're going to, does it make sense? Will it help you? Will it help your business? Will it help you to scale your business, expand your business, or find people who can buy from you? Having businesses without clients is a major challenge. And one of the reasons that we do not have some of those clients is perhaps because we lack the trust. The gap is there. Are you sure people will deliver? Do you believe that when they make a promise, it will be fulfilled? These are some of the things. But we also need to expand. We don't need to sell only to a certain group of people. So these are some of the issues that we need to deal with. Selling to ourselves is very critical. It's important, but we can sell to other people. We don't need to make our clientele only the people within our community, because it's so important to expand your scope. Without expanding your scope, how are you going to sell to 1,000 people? So yes, it's good to get started with the 10 people, friends and family, people within our scope, people within our networks. But what do you do when it's time to scale that business, to sustain the business? Sustainability is very important. The statistics shows us that in Canada, we have over 1 million businesses. Of the 1 million businesses, we have 66,880 as Black-owned in Canada. That's 2.1% of the entire businesses in Canada. 66,000 is huge. Well, it's a minute 2%, right? But that's something big for Black Canadians to own businesses. What are we doing with the businesses we own? Who knows what we do? Selling is as important as owning the business. If we can't sell, we're as good as, the business is as good as dead. And so this is why it's important for us to ensure that we have the market, that we have the clientele, and that we're selling actively. Selling actively is important. Do not limit yourself to only a certain community. It's important that you grow your wings and scale, because herein lies the sustainability that we're talking about. Allyship matters. Allies help you to sell. Allyship matters. Who are you in alliance with? Strategic alliances. You remember again we talked about mentorship, where people hold your hands and take you into the room. How do you retain the people? What kind of service do you render to people in such a manner that they would really want to keep doing business with you in the long term? In the long term. So it's not once and for all within 6 months. It's that they keep doing business with us because they believe we have the value. We're creating value continuously. This is important. And these are some of the things I thought we should talk about tonight. And so coming back again to the ecosystem support, I strongly believe that the ecosystem economy is actually not just a trending economy, but that is the economy of the future for us. A lot of people talk about the industrial economy, all of those things we were taught in economics while, for some, when we were in school. The ecosystem economy is right here with us. And the ecosystem economy is going to be the largest that we've ever seen. It's in trillions right now as we speak. When you talk about the ecosystem economy, we're talking about the Alibabas, we're talking about the Amazons, we're talking about people listing their goods on the various platforms where they can sell. Are you doing any of this? Because it's going to be huge. I know, I think about 80% of us in the room tonight, we're Africans. We love to own our own things, and it's good to do so. But you've got to use the platforms available to you. If you have your goods and you're able to list it on Amazon, on Alibaba, and you're selling effectively, first and foremost, that's great advertisement for you. You will be found immediately. And so you can grow, scale, become as big as owning your own platform. But let's get started from the small places and then grow along the way. I remember what my mother used to say to me, that selling without advertising, without using the ecosystem support, is like winking in the dark at a girl you love. She can't even see that you love her. She can't even see your wink. But you're selling. Everybody knows you have the goods, but nobody's buying. This is really important for us to do, and that's the message tonight. I want us to pay attention to that. Ecosystem economy. Who do you have around you? What is your tribe? What can I do with you? What do you have? A service, an initiative, a trade, or a profession? We need to patronize ourselves, become clients, and if you don't feel comfortable with the gentleman, you go to the lady. Ladies, patronize yourselves. Ladies have a major issue with that. It's a gap where we lack mentors. We don't patronize ourselves. Patronage is very important. If I don't buy from you, if you don't buy from me, how do we grow? It's important that we do that. Let's throw all of the bickering away and let's get connected and begin to do business with ourselves. So tonight, to wrap up, I just wanted to say again to us that it's such a joy to be in the presence of such great people as you and I here tonight. I know for sure that because of where we came from, we never give up and we never let go. So we do have our dreams and we do have the goals and we want to pursue those goals. It's important that you connect with the people, with the ecosystems, and with the clients that you need around you. They are sitting with you tonight, actually. You don't know who is who, but you need to connect with them. Ask them, what is your name? We don't network enough. Ask them what their names are. Ask them what they do. You'll be surprised at what each person brings to the table. That's exactly what happened to us before we were chosen as one of the 30 organizations that now manage the 400 million that the federal government released. We asked the question, who are you? What do you do? Where do you teach? What do you do? What do you have on the table? And they were eager. They connected with us. They introduced themselves to us. And they said to us, we've never seen your name. We don't even know who you guys are. And we gave them the card. Begin to talk about it. And we made a request immediately. We'd like to make a presentation to you. It was when they had us speak. That was when they said, wow,
We didn't even know you existed, and we'd like to work with you. You don't know who is beside you on the table you're seated. It may not happen within a month. It might happen in 6 months, but it's worth a try. So ladies and gentlemen, tonight, thank you again for listening to me, and I wish you all the best, and to all the awardees. Thank you. Thank you.